everybody wants to go to supercars.
This is a little thing written by Michael Waugh. He's a guy in eastern Gippsland, as far as I know. On summer nights we'd listen to his wheezing. The asthma never gave him any rest, and each hay carton season he struggled with his breathing, as if the farm was sitting on his chest. And I didn't sleep those nights when I was young. I was raised a dairy farmer's son. The hay rides look romantic in the movies. They don't show how the thistles scratch your arms and hands. And there's no pretty girls out on the tractor, just dad and sunburnt brothers picking grass seeds from their sweaty underpants. Yeah, Dad's a dairy farmer, he worked too bloody hard, stinking from that dairy and those shitty cattle yards. He taught me how to work for what you love. I was raised a dairy farmer's son.
Put your hands together, this is Faye.
Woo! Thank you. Are you take this Brian, come again? You're gonna leave me. I can see the faraway look in your eyes. I can tell by the way you hold me, darling, that it won't be long before it's crying time.
Well, at the end of the day, the two coppers got together at the Litchfield pub and compared notes for the day. And the first copper said, I came across this funny old guy today in an oldest truck I've ever seen, and he was doing 80 in a 60 zone. He said his name was George Wankerbrake, and he had ID to prove it. And the other copper says, well, gee, he said, that's funny. Down at Jabiru, just near Range of Uranium, he said, I came across a similar guy. He said he was George Wankerbrake. Asked for his ID. They started to talk about this, and ultimately they looked up in the telephone directory, and sure as can be, there was a big ball, small ball bearing factory in Whitney Street in East Palmerston in Darwin in the Northern Territory. So they dialed the number, and the copper said to the person who answered, who are you? And it was a lady, and she said, my name's Carol. And the copper said, and what's your role? She said, well, I'm the receptionist at the big ball, small ball bearing factory in Whitney Street, East Palmerston, in Darwin, Northern Territory. And the copper said, gee. He said, well, we've got a question we'd like to ask you. And Carol said, and what's your question, officer? And the officer said, do you have a wanker break there? And she said, good Lord, we don't even get a tea break.
much. Welcome to you all. Hope you had a good time, had a good meal. And my son Steve is the one to congratulate for the meal. He's the one that organised everything.